"What's that?" she asked, her spirits lifting momentarily. They bent down to investigate and discovered it was an abandoned lottery ticket, sand-encrusted but miraculously intact. "Maybe this is what Zoltar meant. Good luck," Clara exclaimed, her excitement reigniting. With a flutter of hope, they glanced at the numbers printed on the ticket. "It's a scratch-off," James said, carefully picking it up. "Let's find out if it's worth anything." They moved to a nearby bench, pulling out a coin to scratch away the silvery coating. With each stroke, anticipation snaked its way around them, and they found themselves leaning forward in excitement.
Come on.
Clara urged, and suddenly there was a winning symbol. "I can't believe it. We're rich," Clara squealed, jumps of joy in her voice. But as they made their way home, a dark cloud began to gather. What started as little mishaps, a flat tire on the way home, an errant seagull dropping its lunch on James's shirt, quickly escalated into a series of unfortunate events. Undeterred, Clara and James decided to let their good fortune flow. They purchased a luxurious house, dreaming of starting a family together. But soon after moving in, unsettling occurrences began to haunt them. The shadows felt alive, whispers drifted through the rooms at night, and doors creaked ominously when they were alone. "Maybe you're just not used to the new house," James reassured Clara. "Just give it some time." However, as they started to spend more of their winnings, the streak of bad luck resumed with a vengeance. Determined to create a dream life, they decided to furnish their new house beautifully. But almost everything that arrived was damaged or wrong. A couch that had red stains under the cushions, an expensive chandelier broken upon delivery, electronics that malfunctioned. Examples of their dreams turned into nightmares. Struggling against the pain of their misfortunes, they opted to pursue fertility treatments, hoping to expand their family. Initially, things seemed to be going smoothly, but Clara faced the heart-wrenching news that she suffered a miscarriage. The emotional toll was staggering, plunging them deeper into despair as the shadows that haunted their house grew more prominent. "Why is this happening to us?" Clara cried one evening, feeling hopeless amidst the remnants of shattered dreams. Then, one afternoon while James was at work, Clara was recovering from the loss when disaster struck. The old electrical wiring that had always felt off sparked a flame in the kitchen. She barely had time to react before the fire spread, engulfing the room in smoke and flames. Panicking, Clara quickly grabbed her phone and called James, her voice frantic. "James, the house is on fire. You need to come home now." "I'm on my way," James shouted, fear gripping him. Racing back, he was hit by the shock of adrenaline and worry. As he sped through traffic, trying to reach Clara in time, disaster struck again. The car, a sleek SUV they had bought with their winnings, collided with another vehicle that ran a red light, crunching metal and shattering glass. James emerged shaken but alive, only a block away from their house, desperately trying to flag down help as he took off on feet in the house's direction. Meanwhile, Clara managed to escape the raging inferno, coughing as she fled just as the flames engulfed the house. She collapsed on the grass outside, tears streaming down her face as she watched her home burn. When James finally reached her, he was met with sirens and smoke, a gut-wrenching realization settling in. "Clara, I'm so sorry. I was almost there." Seeing her traumatized and lost, James wrapped his arms around her, holding her tightly as the reality of their situation crashed down around them. With nowhere else to go and feeling utterly defeated, they decided to stay at a hotel until everything settled. That evening, as they settled into their 5-star hotel room, they attempted to let the stress of the day fade away. But their reprieve was shattered when unexpectedly, while heading to dinner, a stranger confronted them on the street, a man with wild eyes and a desperate look on his face. "Where is it? Where's the ticket?" he demanded, stepping forward and cornering them. "That lottery ticket. That was mine." Clara and James exchanged confused glances. "What are you talking about?" James asked cautiously. "Don't play dumb," the man barked. "I lost my job and my wife. I spent my last dollar on that scratch-off ticket, and then you found it at Coney Island. Now you're living my dream. Feeling cornered and afraid, Clara and James backpedaled, attempting to explain. But the man ranted on, his frustration turned into anger, and he began to viciously beat them, demanding they transfer all the money they had left from their winnings to him. Please, this isn't right, Clara pleaded, tears streaming down her cheeks. After a prolonged struggle, they complied out of fear. The man stood back, a twisted grin of relief emerging. He pulled out a phone and shoved it towards them, demanding they conduct the transfer. Once he received confirmation on the transaction, the flashes of rage in his eyes dimmed. Offering a curt nod, he turned to leave, feeling victorious. Yet moments later, as he stepped into the road, a massive semi-truck came barreling down. The driver's brakes malfunctioned, and he slammed into the man, sending him sprawling beneath the wheels in a gruesome, chaotic aftermath. As the paramedics rushed to the scene, one of them stumbled upon a crumpled piece of paper, the same fortune-telling card Clara and James had received from Zoltar at Coney Island, reflecting the very promise that had led them into this twisted fate. In that moment, Clara and James found themselves caught between despair and disbelief, the world spiraling around them as they stood amidst the fumes of their burnt dreams, with the bittersweet taste of fate lingering like ashes in their mouths. They realized that fortune had come, but it had brought with it an unrelenting storm of misfortune that had irrevocably changed their lives.